So I've titled this video "The Dirty Secret of Kettlebell Sport," and I think it's that there's quite a few of us that actually know this, but we don't really talk about it. And it's that you can actually put up some really, pretty good numbers in competition, and win, rank, even get close to professional numbers, and be in really bad shape. And I know myself, I've done some competitions, I've signed up, have hardly trained at all, and then showed up and won my flight, put up decent numbers just by having good technique. And kettlebell sport is like, it is so technique heavy that you figure out ways to do an insane amount of volume. Like, you do things with the kettlebell that people can't even imagine, and a lot of it is technique. And and then there's people who show up in amazing shape, but their technique is not very good, and they just get blown out of the water. And they look ripped, they've got great resting heart rate, they're just like, they could blow most people out of the water in like running a race or just normal lifting of weights, but because they don't know how to relax, and they don't know like a lot of these little tricks, they just do not put up good numbers. They can't put up good numbers. And I think it's it's actually not very good for the sport that you can get away with not being in great shape and still put up great numbers, because people do kind of fall back on their technique a lot. They don't do the conditioning that they need to do. They don't do the strength training that they need to do. They show up, and to the untrained eye, they don't look like much. They, although they they can do amazing things with a kettlebell, they look like a bag of milk. And they show up and they put up good numbers and they win their heats, but they weren't in the best of shape that they could have been in. And to the casual onlooker, it's like, well, I don't want to do that sport if it doesn't look like very much fun. I mean, they're working hard, but like, they don't look like they're in great shape, and why would I want to do that? And I think a lot of sport lifters will use this, they know all these tricks, and they'll say to maybe someone who's like really fit, maybe someone who does CrossFit or something like that, hey, why don't you let me take you through a workout? Let's do 5 minutes of snatch. And then they'll just blow them out of the water doing 5 minutes of snatch, or a bunch of kettlebell exercises that the person's not good at, and just demolish their ego, and really turn them off to kettlebells entirely, because they want to show, even though I don't look like much, I can smoke your ass at kettlebells. And I think there's a good balance. And if you look at the top lifters, they are in primo physical condition, but there's just not that many of them, and they're not mainstream, And so as kettlebell sport lifters, and I'm a kettlebell sport lifter, even though I lift less and less these days as I have business and family and I get older, we need to do our work, and really be in top physical condition, and really represent the sport to the best of our ability. And it happens, you show up to a competition, you're not in the best of shape, but we need to do better and really work hard and make sure that we are in primo physical condition, and we are doing our best to promote kettlebell lifting and the sport of kettlebell lifting, if that's what you love. Anyways, I'm open to feedback, I'm open to change my mind, but this is how I feel about the subject. Let me know what you think.